Long time no see, huh? But today I'm going to warn you about the world's temptations. I'm going to tell you how to not fall for them, right? So, how will the world tempt you? So, this this applies to anything from lust to even just getting you to be angry or feel a certain way. So, for example, when I was walking the dog this morning, there were trains uh, riding by, right? Like on the rail tracks. And in Poland, a law was recently passed that uh, when a train passes through a passes through a road, the train doesn't need to honk, right? Like before, they needed to do this really loud and irritating noise, right? So that the civilians and the car drivers knew that the train was coming. Now, if there are if the passing isn't just like free, so without any gates, then the train just doesn't need to do that, right? Which is nice because it eliminates noise pollution, right? But I was walking by, and the two trains that were passing by were had the loudest, longest honks I've ever heard in my life. Like, no joke, one guy was honking for a good 30 seconds for no reason, right? And I could have gotten mad, but I decided to not get mad. I decided to take a deep breath, just go about my day because, like, what can you do about it? You can't really do anything about it, so why would you be mad? You know? That's number one. Number two is that the world will tempt you with lust. You've seen the porn, you've seen the sex. It's everywhere. It really is everywhere. Even music. I don't really listen to music. I don't recommend listening to most music. There is some music like music without any words, or music that has text, but it's very motivational. It's very self-improvement like. If you're not listening to those songs, then just don't listen to music, to be honest. And the even worse is the music videos. Do not watch music videos. Most music videos will just have like per music video, maybe 10 seconds of just straight cheeks on the monitor. And I don't think you want that. Like, imagine what that does to your psychology. It's not really beneficial, right? So, what I recommend, don't listen to music and stay away from most forms of social media so that you avoid the temptations, right? Like, the only real social media I use is Messenger, and that's for communicating with friends. Other than that, not really. Maybe I'll use Facebook from time to time when I need to look at a post, uh, or after a volleyball match that I've been a part of, so I can get the picture and just download it, have it. Other than that, don't I don't use social media really. Like maybe YouTube for watching videos, but aside from that, and I recommend you do that as well because this is how you avoid the temptation, right? I'm using the word tempt, but what I mean is that the world will try to throw you off self-improvement. It will try to get you back into those bad habits because the world is constructed in a way where it's much easier to be in a slight sense of discomfort all the time than to experience quite a lot of discomfort for a short time so that you don't have discomfort afterwards. It's much easier to stay in at this level of discomfort than have the level of discomfort be here for like a year and then here for the rest of your life. It's much easier to stay here because it's not something that's new, it's not something that we're afraid of, and something that's easy for us, right? And the world will try to keep you in that state. Not only the world, but also your psychology. So we need to also fix that. Your your mindset should be that everything you do in life is a result of your actions, and that everything that happens to you, you deserve, whether like negative or positive. And you want the mindset that if you do something positive right now, I mean, if you do something that's healthy for you, then it's good for you. And that should be a source of happiness. Because what your source of happiness should be is flow state and health. Because if you're healthy, then you don't have to worry about some random illness that you have that you haven't that you have forgotten about. Because you know what a varicocele is, right? So many adults have varicoceles and they don't do anything about them because they're just kind of there. But when they're like 60, 50, those varicoceles are going to make themselves known and it's going to be painful, right? And then there's going to be too much of them to actually remove them in one surgery. I know because I know a person that has gone through that, and it's not pretty. So when you're healthy, you just so many worries disappear when you don't, when you know you won't have like a random spasm just like that. You know you won't have that. You know you just won't get a random muscle cramp in the middle of the day. You know you just won't get that random sharp back pain when you get up. How nice is that? So that's why health is such a source of happiness. And not only is it a source of happiness itself, it also facilitates the other way to be happy, which is flow state. So flow state is a state where you have no thoughts in your mind, right? And this is done when you do something that you love or something that you have conditioned yourself to be able to experience flow in. So, for example, I don't really like studying for school, but I've constructed a way to actually get into flow for school so I can learn more efficiently and I can actually derive some joy from it. And there are some tasks in which you won't need make to condition yourself to experience flow. There are some tasks where flow will just occur naturally. So for me, this is team sports and this is talking. So in team sports, I can play with a pro or I can play with a guy who's never touched a volleyball in his life, and I will probably experience flow in both situations, despite my ability being inferior to the challenge in one case and superior to the challenge in the other. I will still experience flow because it is my flow state task playing sports, especially volleyball. So that is what I also recommend you do. You find your flow state task and then you dedicate your life to it. That's what I recommend. If your flow state task is painting, like make a channel about painting or something, or just become a painter. Like that's what your life path should be, because that's how you're actually going to never work a day in your life. That's how you actually do that. How do you actually resist the temptations of your environment? The way that you do that is number one, by meditating, by doing breathing exercises. So when you do those breathing exercises, then it will be easier for you to maintain your cool under those situations. It will be easier for you to just see something happening, something that would normally piss you off, and take a deep breath and just go on with your day. Because that's how you actually get far in life. It's by not letting those little bullshit things stop you. So yeah, that was all from me. Like number two, you could say, is just having more discipline. But again, that's done through meditating. Everything like the way to resist the world's temptations is really through meditating. So yeah, that's all from me. Sleep well, do better, and see ya.